2023 was an eventful year for golf, to say the least. From legendary shots such as Rory McIlroy's tee shot on a 575-yard par 4 to one of the biggest headlines in sports when the PGA Tour agreed to merge with the Saudi-backed rival LIV Golf. There is plenty to unwrap. Today on Good Bogey Golf, we're looking back on 2023 in the world of golf. The biggest stories and shakeups, the best players' runs, as well as the most iconic shots and putts of this year. So without further ado, let's start our 2023 golf wrap-up. Without a doubt, the PGA Live Merge is the biggest news in the golfing scene in 2023 and is one of the most shocking headlines in sports this year as a whole. The PGA and Live Tours were considered rival tournaments and shared a civil war relationship with one another. When news broke weeks before the US Open that the PGA Tour and Live Golf's financial backer, Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, would agree on a treaty and a potential merge, the world of golf stopped. On June 6th this year, the PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan and PIF Governor Yasir Al-Rumayyan came together in a public broadcast to announce that the two parties have come to a framework agreement, which would unify the world of golfing, at least according to them. This would entail that the PIF would be combining its golf-related commercial business and rights with the commercial business and rights of the PGA Tour onto a new, collectively owned profit entity. The news came as a shock to both fans and professional players, with most, if not all, expressing their disappointment from the sudden and out-of-left-field merge. Many, including the leaders of Congress and legendary players such as Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods, raised their concerns about the Saudi government's role in influencing this effort and the risks posed by a foreign government entity assuming control over a cherished American institution. As of now, a final decision has to be made regarding the deal between the PGA Tour and the PIF, with the current deadline being set at December 31st. Though this could be yet again extended if parties do not come to a close. Next on the list of our wrap-ups is one of the most highly anticipated golfing events, the Ryder Cup. There have been countless legendary plays that stem from the Ryder Cup, and this year was no different. The trajectory of who was going to bring home the trophy was painfully obvious from the start, with Europe leading the first 4 games with a 4-0. They would continue their dominance of the US on all 3 days. The final score, Europe with 16.5 and the United States with 11.5, was well predicted miles away. In classic American Ryder Cup fashion, the team faced its usual post-loss chaos, complete with rumors of sickness and internal drama. Captain Zach Johnson was under fire, while Europe's Luke Donald was celebrated like Batman after he saved Gotham. We also can't forget the highlight of it all, Hatgate. Reports flew about Patrick Cantlay's hatless protest over unpaid participation, sparking a frenzy among European fans. This led to his caddy, Joe LaCava, furiously taunting the crowd after a Cantlay putt, disrupting Rory McIlroy's game. The drama peaked with a parking lot shouting match between McIlroy and the first American he saw, Bones McKay, who knew nothing about the incident. Just another day at the Ryder Cup. We can't wait to see what 2024 has in store for us. While the Ryder Cup was largely uneventful during the games, this year's US Women's Open was arguably one of the most anticipated US Women's Opens of all time. For the first time, the world's top female golfers faced the legendary Pebble Beach golf links in the US Women's Open. With the course's rich history marked by legends like Nicklaus, Watson, and Woods, there was fierce competition among the 156 players selected from a record 2,107 entries to be the first to lift the trophy on the iconic 18th green of Pebble Beach. The US Women's Open also managed to secure the primetime TV slot in the East, with the final round garnering a peak viewership of 2.2 million in NBC, the best it's been since Michelle Wee's win during the 2014 US Open. In the end, Alison Corpaz, known for her precise shots, clinched the victory and a record $2 million prize. The 25-year-old pro from USC and Hawaii native wrapped up her second year as a professional with a stellar 3-under par performance. We also can't talk about this year without mentioning the PGA Tour designated events. The PGA announced a new system called the Designated Events. Which are limited field tournaments with increased prize money and FedEx Cup points, specifically 700 points to the winner of the event. Why did they do this? Mainly to retain star players amidst the allure of the LIV Golf League. Event purses soared to $20 million, hitting $25 million for the top players. Top players had to participate in all but one chosen event or risk losing their Player Impact Program bonus money. This new system encourages more players to try out more smaller scale events while also promoting the FedEx Cup standings. In 2023, 17 tournaments were classified as designated events, including 4 major events, 3 invitationals, the Genesis Invitational, Arnold Palmer Invitational, and the Memorial Tournament, and other open tournaments. From 2024 onwards, these designated events will be referred to as signature events, with 8 currently planned for 2024. Whether or not they will actually work remains to be seen. It's not like Jon Rahm didn't leave after winning the Masters this year. Oh, and to further entice players to stay, there was another program this year that was announced called the PGA Tour Equity Ownership. I think we're starting to see a trend here. This headline is highly dependent on the results of the deal between the PGA and Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, but the Saudis aren't the only ones pitching for this deal. If the deal and merger push through, the newly formed organization will begin offering professional players a unique offering in the field of sports. It will start granting its players direct equity ownership in the league's business. According to a published memo written by PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan, we recognize, as do all of the prospective minority investors who were in dialogue with us, that the PGA Tour will be stronger with our players more closely aligned with the commercial success of the business. This is certainly a first in the world of sports, and while the idea behind it is player forward, many are still skeptical of this change, mostly because of the organization involved. While nothing is set in stone as of yet, if the PGA Live Merge does occur, then this will be marked on the books as a first for pro sports. Okay, and that's enough of big headlines. Let's talk about some viral moments in 2023. 2023 had its fair share of viral moments that would circulate not only in the golfing sphere, but the rest of the sports community and the entirety of the world too. Remember how we mentioned the disturbance that occurred in the Ryder Cup earlier? Well, after the Ryder Cup concluded, disappointed fans would also bring down a tent by burning it. Not sure what their point was, but rage has a way of getting in the way of common sense. Next up, even commoners know Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy just by name. So when news broke out that they were establishing a league dome, all eyes were on their project. Unfortunately, just weeks before it was set to open, Woods and McIlroy tech-infused league dome collapsed on itself, forcing postponement until 2025. Eager fans, professionals, and sports management teams were disappointed, though professional golfer Ricky Fowler wasn't surprised and claimed it was already in a rush state, so I think it's only going to benefit to start in 2025. But Tiger would get another chance at virality when he and his son Charlie became the center of a viral meme sensation due to a moment captured at the PNC Championship. The meme, known as the Big Dog, originated from a screen grab of Tiger Woods going in for a handshake. The meme has taken the internet by storm, adding a humorous and lighthearted chapter to Woods' illustrious career. And while the pros got after it, we also saw some regulars go viral. Tons of on-course fighting videos have circulated the web online. Some of these cases included a dad picking a fight with a former MMA fighter, and one involved a shirt-ripping guy. Many of these fights stem from slow play, gambling, and alcohol. What a surprise. Now, getting back to the pros, let's talk about the best players this year. It was another interesting year in golf, with some players soaring better than others, and with some fully taking us by surprise. Perhaps the most talked about player by fans and non-fans alike was Rory McIlroy. Rory has acted as the face for the PGA Tour's battle against LIV Golf League. Because of his unique position as the de facto spokesperson for the PGA against LIV movement, many have forgotten over the years what he's like on the golf course. McIlroy himself realized by the PGA Championship in May that he needed to focus more on his game. He did this by stepping down from the board. At 34, he felt a reset was crucial, especially after missing cuts at the Players and the Masters. the latter being his missing piece for a career Grand Slam. Despite a tough season, notably finishing second at the US Open due to a late bogey, he did clinch his 5th race to Dubai title on the DP World Tour and contributed significantly to Europe's Ryder Cup comeback. With all of these, as well as his infamous Ryder Cup incident, Rory McIlroy let everyone know that he's back on the course for 2023 and beyond. While his current statistics aren't anything to note, many anticipate his return to form now that he has started to concentrate solely on golfing. Next up on the list is none other than Jon Rahm, probably the second most talked about player in the league this year. Many people had their eyes on Jon Rahm, who bested Brooks Koepka during the Masters this year. While many were hopeful that Rahm was going to stay with the PGA, Rahm fell victim to the Saudis' giant purse and joined LIV Tour instead. How giant? Well, 300+ million giant. There is a reason for this, as Rahm's 2023 was very successful, bagging 4 wins, including the Masters, in the first 4 months of the year alone. He also had tons of second and third places surrounding those wins. So, the 2023 Player of the Year title was almost destined for him. Unfortunately, Rahm was suspended indefinitely from the PGA after he signed with the Saudis, so he'll have to let that one go. We don't think he really cares though, with $300 million being guaranteed. While many question his choice, his success in the Masters and his overall world ranking means that we will probably still see Rahm on a major course in the future. His statistics so far show that he has a sizable chance of winning a major in 2024, so here's to hoping we see more of this Spanish superstar. Our next star player on the list is none other than Brooks Koepka. As one of the focused golfers in full swing, Koepka was in the limelight this year. During early 2023, Koepka was questioning his career's future, as shown in the Netflix docuseries. This quickly changed, though, once he claimed his second career LIV Golf League victory a week before the Masters. Unfortunately, Jon Rahm bested Koepka, though this did not deter him from continuing to tee. Just a month later, Koepka became the first LIV player ever to win a major championship when he claimed his 5th major and 3rd PGA championship win at Oak Hill. Koepka would also pocket another win. His 3rd LIV title in Saudi Arabia could close out this year. Overall, he had a solid year and made a big case for LIV players to be included in the majors. With so many players leaving to play at LIV, the PGA Tour is starting to become watered down, no longer representing the best players in the world. Koepka is a shining example of this. Perhaps the biggest revelation in 2023 was Wyndham Clark. He surprised everyone with his US Open win this year. The 30-year-old American golfer had a pretty good run in the PGA, but had never won a major before. Because of this, many were expecting Clark to make it far, but not bag the title. In his last 6 majors, his best standing was at tied 75th at the 2021 PGA Championship, missing out on 4 cuts. While tied 75th is a respectable number, it was nowhere near a winner's radar. With his low odds of winning, Wyndham said that hearing the audience chant out Ricky Fowler's name in the finale fueled him to do better, eventually bagging the US Open Golf Championship title. In an interview, Wyndham said, "Obviously, I put my own pressure on myself, but yeah, I guess it's nice being the underdog. It was great walking by and hearing a lot of people chant for Ricky because it kind of fueled the fire underneath me that I could do it." And do it he did. Will it be renowned as a fluke for years to come, or will we see him rise in the standings next year and deliver more consistent performances? We hope it's the latter. Next on the list is a rising star that may become a world number 1 soon, Viktor Hovland. Since his standout U.S. amateur win in 2018 at Pebble Beach, Hovland was marked for greatness. With his powerful drives, top-tier ball striking, and decent putting skills, he had the makings of a pro golf winner. However, his short game was the missing link, as he candidly admitted after his first PGA Tour win in 2020, humorously declaring, "I suck at chipping." Despite ranking low in strokes gained around the green in 2022, Hovland worked hard to improve, adopting a back-to-basics approach with coach Joe Mayo. This effort paid off, with Hovland climbing to 86th in that statistic in 2023, leading to a significant career boost. His victories at the Memorial, BMW Championship, and Tour Championship, earning him the FedEx Cup title, helped him shed his Resort King label. Looking ahead, the forecast for Hovland includes potential major wins and possibly reaching the world #1 spot in the near future. Now, we all know we can't talk about golf without mentioning Tiger Woods. But 2023 was another challenging year for Tiger Woods, health-wise, with only 6 complete rounds played before withdrawing from the Masters. However, there's hope for 2024 after his subtalar fusion surgery in April. Woods made a comeback at the Hero World Challenge, finishing 18th but showing impressive form, especially off the tee, despite his age and surgeries. Encouragingly, he felt good enough to consider playing monthly in 2024. Off the course, Woods kept busy. He joined the PGA Tour Policy Board in August, following the tour's deal with Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. He also enjoyed caddying for his son Charlie, celebrating his high school team's state championship win. The best part of the duo was the birth of the now viral Big Dog meme, which sent the internet into a frenzy. We can't wait to see more energy like this from Tiger in 2024. We just hope it carries over into his game. And that's a wrap for 2023. It was an eventful year for golf, no doubt. There is no denying this year's news catapulted golf into mass media, causing a ripple effect for the PGA Tour. It also saw tons of great plays and surprising names rise to the top. With the LIV deal in the works and so many new things to come, we can't wait to see what 2024 has in store for us. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, check out our other videos. And that's another round of Good Bogey Golf. Golf for busy people, where we've got your back, keeping you in the loop no matter how tight your schedule is. Don't forget to swing that like button, share this video with your fellow golf enthusiasts, and subscribe to our channel for your quick and easy golf updates. Remember, time may be short, but the game is long. Stay ahead of the curve with Good Bogey Golf. Thanks for watching, keep your eye on the ball, and we'll see you next year.